Right,
Shalom.
shalom. It's Brother Kadash.
Brother Kana.
I'm going to start off by giving all praises to
Yahweh,
Yahweh, by
Bahashem,
Hashem,
Yahweh
Yahweh Shai,
Shai,
by
Bahashem,
Hashua, Kakwadash.
Rukakwadash.
We just sitting here pretty much, and we wanted to get into a lesson. Hopefully this will be an edifying lesson. So the title of this one's going to be Thou Should Be Changed, and it's talking about that change that's going to come. Because, lo and behold, a lot of brothers, a lot of men out there in the world, Israelite man, that's who we trying to get a message out, the lost sheep of Israel, just like the Lord was. They don't even know anything about the change, I was talking to a young brother a long time ago. He had said, we was talking about the kingdom. He was like, am I going to be able to go into the kingdom with my body the way I am right now? Because he was afraid, I guess, of dying or the change and then going to the kingdom. And I was breaking it down to him. I was like, why would you want to go into the kingdom with your corruptible body? It's like you can't make yourself taller. You can't jump so high. You can't run without getting tired. Why would you want to take that body into the kingdom? We're going to be changed when the Lord comes back because we're going to be changed to those spiritual bodies like Him, but more importantly, uncorruptible bodies, and we're going to have the victory over the death, but our bodies are going to be uncorruptible and clean so we could be ready for that marriage to the Lord. The Lord could dwell with us. The Lord could give us the true knowledge and wisdom, that ancient knowledge and wisdom that built the pyramids. He could give us that knowledge back again. He could give us those things back again because we're going to be stronger and be able to handle it. Like, for example, like how you going to have 100 wives? We can't handle 100 wives right now. They'll drive us. Imagine you and 100 women in a house and they all want you. They all want your time. We couldn't handle that right now, but when we get that change and we get that spiritual power and we get those bodies, then we going to be able to handle the 100 women and concubines. Imagine King Solomon. Imagine the spiritual power King Solomon had to have 1,000 wives and concubines all together. I think it was 700 wives, 300 concubines. It could be flipped, but to have that many wives and concubines, and it said he knew his wives. He knew all of them. I mean, he popped all of them. So just imagine, he wasn't no regular man to be able to do that like we are today. We've been made weaker and weaker and weaker because the sins, and we've been bring lower and lower and lower just for us to be glorified, the elect, and be changed when the Lord comes back to that greatness that we was. They said that a pair of grapes is going to be bigger than basketballs in the kingdom. So we can't carry that. We couldn't carry a cluster of grapes today. So we're going to be much bigger and stronger, man. That change is going to come. We're going to be, people marvel at some of the heavyweight boxers of how big and strong they is. Basketball players, LeBron James, people say, dang, if I could be like him, we going to be 10 times stronger, faster, jump higher, run faster. That's that spiritual body. So that's what we're talking about. It's that change that's going to come. It's getting kind of high here. So we're going to start off in Hebrews 1.
Hebrews 1, verse 7.
Yeah.
Okay. And of the angels he saith, who maketh his angels spirits and his ministers a flame of fire. But unto the Son he saith, Thy throne, O power, is forever and ever. A scepter of righteousness is a scepter of thy kingdom. Thou hast loved righteousness and hated iniquity. Therefore the Most High, even thy power, hath anointed thee with the oil of gladness above thy fellows.
Mm-hmm. So this is what we're going to get.
Verse 10. And thy Lord in the beginning has laid the foundation of the earth, and the heavens are the works of thy hands. Thy shall perish, but thy remainest, and they all shall wax old as doth a garment.
Right.
And as a vesture shalt thou fold them up, and thou shalt be changed. But thou shalt the same, and thy years shall not fail.
Right. Our years aren't going to fail because another thing that comes with those spiritual bodies is we're going to have the victory over death, which we're going to get into that. We're not going to die anymore. So we're going to live forever, and our Hebrew women are going to live forever. And know the heathen women, if you take heathen wives, they're not going to live forever. That's only for the Hebrew Israelites. So we're going to be able to have a woman and pop her forever. You see what I'm saying?
So we're not going to get old no more.
We're not going to get old. Our years not going to fail. And like it says, thou should be changed. We're going to be changed, to something different. We're going to get First John chapter 3. This is what we're going to be changed into. There's a lot of scriptures that break down that change. This is what this is the best way to explain First John chapter 3, starting at verse 1, of what that change is going to be, you know. And like I said, your years should not fail you. You know, we not going to get old and then we can't move and we kind of be in a wheelchair and have our wives, our young wives, push us around. We ain't going to have that. We going to have great power in the kingdom, you know, and it's going to last forever. That's the difference between our kingdom and Esau's kingdom. Esau's kingdom is very temporary for a short period of time, and it's going to be destroyed. But when we get in power, we going to be in power forever. That's it. It's just going to be, we're going to be in the kingdom. We're going to be changed. The Israelites going to get those, like, supernatural bodies. You could call it, it's a torch, but you could call it superpowers. You could call it spiritual power. You call it what you want. But the thing is like, we going to be uncorruptible, and we're going to have victory over death. We're not going to be able to die. So you could call that what you want to call it, you know. But that's the power that we're going to get.
After Peter?
Yep. That's the power we're going to get, you know. And that's why we praying. It says, because thou had, I'm roughly paraphrasing, but, you know, the righteousness.
Chapter 3?
Yep. Verse 1. You know, who's the righteous ones on earth? Who's pushing righteousness on earth right now? It will be the Lord's elect, the prophets. We will be the ones pushing that righteousness out there on earth right now to the people, you know, or to any other people. Period. That's why we doing these videos, to push more righteous out, so people can get to understand it. But it's your faith, you know. So there is a reward, you know. Sometimes we in this truth and we go so hard in it, and sometimes you got to remember not to doubt, because there is a war, you know. There is a reward. All this work that we put in the videos, keeping the high holy days, keeping the faith, you know, it's a reward for that, you know. Go ahead.
Chapter 3, verse 1, 1 John. Behold, what manner of love the Father hath bestowed upon us, that we should be called the Son of the Most High. Therefore the world knoweth us not, because it knew him not. Beloved, now are we the sons of the Most High, and it doth not yet appear what we shall be. But we know that when he shall appear, we shall be like him.
I mean, that's just perfectly said, you know. Because brothers could only imagine. Brothers could say, we're going to be this tall, we're going to be 9 foot, 10 foot. We're going to be indestructible. Brothers could only imagine. You know, your imagination can't even compare to what it's really going to be, you know. But the best way to explain it is, it don't know. But we know when we come back, we going to be like him. Why? Because the Lord said, look, the same powers that he got, that's what's that, Revelation chapter 2. He said the same power he got of the Father, as he received of the Father, he going to give to us to have power over the nations. So the power, the spiritual power he had, walking on water, commanding the winds and the sea to stop, all that stuff, water to wine, healing, bringing back from the dead, we going to have those same powers. Didn't it say we going to be like him? So he going to make us like him, having bodies that could go up into so-called space, or the heavens, like the Bible says, that could go into the heavens. You can't go into the heavens right now. If you get too far up, you're going to lose oxygen, you're going to die. That's why they have to wear space suits and oxygen masks in their jets when they get so high, you know. But we going to be able to go up there on chariots. You can't put a human body in a chariot because it moves too fast. The G-forces kill a human, snap all their bones and suffocate them. But we're going to be able to get in chariots and do those maneuvers and survive it, because we're going to have those bodies, you know, those indestructible bodies, you know. So we going to have all type of power that the world don't even understand, and that's why we're doing this. Now, you can't tell me that's not cool. Everybody wants something cool, right? Now, the people that don't want to get in this truth, because all Israelites are going to be back in the kingdom, and all Israelites eventually going to be changed, because even the elect going to be in the kingdom, going to be changed, the first fruits of the kingdom, and then the rest of the 2/3 is going to come back in the kingdom through being our children and stuff like that. Our children going to have spiritual bodies. The Lord said he going to make a covenant with us, between us and the animals of earth, meaning you could be in the middle of the ocean and a great white shark ain't even going to try to eat you. It's just going to go right by you if you're an Israelite. You could be in a jungle with lions out there running around barefoot. Your kids out there running around in the jungle with lions, and then none of them going to attack them and try to kill them. The Lord said he's going to make a covenant with us and the beast of the earth. So that's why we doing it. It's a big reward. Not just us getting the kingdom, but also those spiritual bodies, also our Lord coming back, also our Lord dwelling with us. It's so much that goes into the kingdom and the rewards that the prophet's going to get, a prophet's reward. But you got to put the work in. And what is the work? Doing this. You laboring. You might be tired, might not even want to do this, but you're laboring. You know, you putting the work out because, you know, man, look, to us, it may not seem like nothing, especially brothers that have been in the truth for a while, but, man, a young brother, and I know for example for myself, when I first came into truth, a young brother might see this video and that might spark a whole thing for him coming into the truth. Just by seeing this video and here, we gonna be changed. He do a little bit more research and next thing you know, he in the truth. And he could be one of the elect. That's a big thing, you know. That's a big work. You don't even know how many works you're doing. You doing the works, putting up video, but you don't know how many people that's reaching. You don't know. You don't know what's this video is doing for people that's watching. You don't know. You just got to keep doing the work. You already got 1 John 3. Let's go to 1 Corinthians 15, of course. 1 Corinthians 15 breaks it down perfect, you know. So if you a brother, you watching this video, you just came in the truth, you trying to understand what it means that we're going to be changed, then write these down. Write down 1 John 3. Write down Hebrews 1. You know, write down 1 Corinthians 15. I think it's like at verse 58 or something like that. Yep, keep going. It's going to be after Romans. Yep, keep going. You know, write down these precepts so you can understand them and go back and then break them down yourself, you know, and then make a video breaking it down. That's how you spread
Verse
it.
15,
What said in Zechariah chapter 8, what does the Lord require of us? Execute the judgment in thy gates and, you know, teach your brother, you know. I think it's verse 58. You first Corinthians 15, next page. And then you can break it down here. Let me see. It might be right here, 51. Yeah, verse 51. Hold on. No, verse 50. Yeah.
1 Corinthians 15, verse 50. Now this I say, brethren, that flesh and blood cannot inherit the kingdom of the Most High, neither doth corruption inherit in corruption.
Right, because these bodies are corruptible. We're not going into the kingdom with these bodies, man. Just get it out your head. Keep going.
Behold, I shew you a mystery. We shall not all sleep, but we shall all be changed.
Meaning we should not all die. Because the elect gonna be saved. And it tells you, 1 Thessalonians, I believe it's 4:17. It tells you that how we're gonna be beamed up pretty much and meet the Lord in the clouds. And then there's gonna be a change. And it's gonna tell you that right here too. Keep going.
In a moment, in the twinkling of an eye.
In a moment of a twinkling of an eye. That means when that chariot comes to pick you up and that tractor beam light comes down on you and it beams you up, and before you even reach to the chariot, you're going to be changed. It said in the twinkling of an eye. That's what it said. You're going to be changed. And when you get on the chariot, you're going to be something totally different than what you are now. Keep going.
At the last trump, for the trumpet shall sound, and the dead shall be raised incorruptible, and we shall be changed. For this corruptible must be in corruption, and this mortal must be on immortality.
Right. So we mortals right now, meaning we could die, but it says we're going to be immortal, meaning what? We're not going to die. Keep going. Yeah.
So when this corruptible shall have put on incorruption, and this mortal shall have put on immortality, then shall be brought to pass the saying that is written, death is swallowed up in victory.
So what does that mean?
He defeat death.
We ain't gonna die no more. It's been swallowed up in victory. We got victory over death. Right now, death has victory over everybody on earth right now. Everybody gotta die sometime. Ain't that what they say? But it says, look, they should not all sleep. Meaning some of us ain't gonna die. And we gonna get victory over death. Keep going.
O death, where is thy sting?
Where is the sting of death at? We gonna be mocking death. Like, where's the sting at?
Right.
You know, keep going.
O grave, where is thy victory?
Right there. Go to Isaiah 25. This gonna be up here. So it's like, oh grave, where's thy victory? We ain't gonna be going to the grave no more. You're not gonna have a grave site in the kingdom of Israelite graves. This is where all the Israelites get, and they got tombstones. This is where all the Israelites get buried at. You're not gonna have that. You know, we gonna live forever. You gotta believe this. Didn't it say belief without doubt? Oh, little of faith. You gotta have high faith, man. Roughly paraphrasing some of these, but you gotta have high faith. And faith goes into belief. You gotta really believe these things of what the Lord said. Your salvation depends on it. You gotta believe that there's a such thing as chariots and they gonna come down. We ain't telling you this for no joke. We ain't telling you this for our health. We trying to joke around and play around with you. We trying to make some whole story. That's not why we in this. We in here because we telling you the truth, man. But you want to believe it when Esau shows you a UFO and said we don't know what it is. Then you want to believe it. But when we tell you, oh, that's some cartoon stuff. When Esau tells you that he got nanobots, he's trying to make super soldiers and stuff like that, then you want to believe it. He want to merge with AI technology, put a narrow chip in your head, and now you got the worldwide internet in your thoughts. You could be in the middle of the desert, you could figure out anything you need to do. You could be on a plane and you could download something into your mind and then you know how to fly the plane. You believe Esau when he want to do that, but when we telling you that that's going to happen and the Lord going to put those downloads in us, then you don't want to believe it. Go figure out what Jeremiah 31 verse 31 on down is talking about. A law, statutes, and commandments in our inward parts. I mean, it's going to be downloaded in us. We're not going to go off no more. And because we're not going to go off no more, we're not going to die no more, because death is from sin, from us sinning. That's why we die. But if we don't sin no more, then guess what? We're not going to die no more.
Isaiah 25, verse 7. And he will destroy in this mountain the face of the covering cast over all people, and the veil that is spread over all nations. He will swallow up death in victory.
Right.
And the Lord God will wipe away tears from off all faces.
Right. We can hold it. We can keep it right there. It says he will swallow up death in victory, just like it just said in 1 Corinthians 15. But it says who's gonna do it? The Lord gonna do it. You know, brothers gonna be crying. Brothers gonna like what it's saying. What's that? Matthew chapter 19. You know, we should get 100-fold for the things we lose. Did that happen to Job in a certain way? He got like 7-fold, I believe. But you're going to lose wives. You're going to lose children. You're going to lose family, friends. You're going to be crying. You know, even the toughest man is going to be shaken during these days. It's going to be like, damn, I lost this, I lost that. You know, but the Lord going to put the spirit on his elect. A spirit of that hardened heart towards this world. Because we know what time it is when we understand prophecy. You know, and because of that, there's going to be a reward. The Lord said he's going to wipe away those tears. I believe that's also in Revelation 21. The Lord said, look, he's going to wipe away the tears from our eyes. And then we're going to get the kingdom. And then we're going to have much joy. When the wicked is in rulership, the earth mourn. But when the righteous is in rulership, the earth rejoice. So we're going to rejoice in the kingdom. We're finally going to enter in our rest. That's Hebrews 4 and 11. I'm just quoting some of them off the top of the head. Hebrews 4 and 11. We're going to enter into that rest, you know. So we're going to be crying. We're going to have to go through much tribulation, insurrection. It's going to be hard times. You might have to be out here a pilgrim upon earth, you know. But eventually when the Lord comes save us, we're going to get changed. We're going to go to the kingdom. Our women are going to be changed. We're not going to have Eve in the kingdom talking about you can't be with her or you only could be with me. She's going to be changed. It's going to be down. The law, statutes, and commandments going to be downloaded in her mind. She's not going to be out of order, you know. So we going to have a glorious kingdom, man. But right now the message is, and you know, that's the gospel of the Lord, which is Isaiah 61. The gospel of the Lord, you know. The Lord's going to come back and roughly paraphrasing, for the brokenhearted, you know, and give us joy. Give Zion joy. And the other nations are going to be put in slavery. It tells you that. And build up our kingdom. That's the gospel. That's the great gospel of the Lord. The good gospel of the Lord. But right now, you know, our message is like, if you a brother and you kind of on the edge of coming in this truth, go ahead and make those steps, man. Come in this truth, start learning the precepts, start learning the law, statutes, commandments, keeping them to the best of your abilities, obtaining to wise counsel, GMS, the elders, the apostles, the big brothers of GMS, you know, because I'll be a hypocrite because that's who I learned from. So if I told you anything different, then I'll be a hypocrite. You know, I watch their videos, you know, and, you know, study and pray to the Lord, and the Lord will increase your learning and your knowledge, you know, and then go out there in the work. You have to go out on the highways and byways. It also says that in Matthew's, I believe it's Matthew's 22, where it says go out on the highways and bid them to the marriage. So you can't just be on the internet posting means you actually got to go out on the highways and byways too and bid them to the marriage. It says that that's a commandment, you know. So with that, we'll say, thou should be changed. Salvation to the elect that's gonna get that change. Shalom.
Shalom.